All right, we're back here, part 2 of our interview with Bianca Gracia, as we wrap it up and talk some political stuff right before you go out and vote.
Welcome to Wheels, Deals, and Meals, where we talk all things good food, good business, and good cars. And now, here is your host, Arnold Garcia, founder and CEO of Petra Automotive Products. Let's roll.
Like, what was the first paid good political position?
So, honestly, not till like 2 years ago. After I spent, many years in the community service, right? I got involved with HOA. I was HOA president. Our councilman shows up, and godly man, almost lost his life, wasn't even supposed to be walking or talking. He was a solo cop in HPD, and had to, pretty much. Anyway, he was our councilman, comes and speaks, and I'm like, you need to be our next mayor. And he's like, you are insane. I just got elected as city council. And so that's where I started to kind of get involved because of my HOA. Our HOA, we would, obviously are advocating as a city for whatever we need in our community, right? So you become at that level. PTO was, again, advocating for the children with the superintendent and the school board, asking for things of our school or getting their permission. I raised enough money to put in a new, playground. I raised enough money to put in a new track. They never had a running track. I've raised money. So all those things, I was politicking without knowing I was politicking.
Yeah.
I was getting things done, and no one could ever tell me no. If they told me no, I'd be like, oh no, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I didn't work this hard. It's going to happen. Right. So I was politically involved. So my mayor, I started helping him. Then when I really, really get involved is...
And this is the mayor where again?
He's in Pasadena.
Pasadena. Okay.
And he's a current mayor right now.
Okay.
Very dear friend of mine. Love him to death. Mayor Jeff Wagner.
I actually have met him a couple of times.
Yes, he is. Listen, I can say this, and he will vouch for it. He knows better, right, Mayor? But he, there's not many people he will answer the phone call, like, obviously his wife, maybe his mom. But if I call him, and I don't bug him all the time, but if I call him, he answers. He doesn't care if he's in a meeting. Yeah. He will take the call. He'll say, I'll call you right back. I'm going to meet you. He takes my call because we have that bond or something. It's just a bond. I saw him. He's like, I can't win from, So anyway, that's the whole thing. But I get involved with him. I tell him, we're going to get you elected. And so he doesn't really, at the time, there's not really a lot going on. I go build his website. I give him a strategy. I don't even know where I got the strategy from because I never run anybody's campaign. But I gave him the strategy. I said, listen, this is what you got to do. In the next year, this is what you got to do. By the time that it gets time to sign up to run for mayor, you're going to be ready. And he's like, okay, I guess here I go. And so that's what he did. And he became mayor against all odds.
So I used to be the chairman of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, which is the largest Hispanic chamber in the U.S. And we invited him to a couple of the events. That's where I got to meet him. Very nice guy.
Oh, he's so humble.
Very nice guy.
I'm telling you, his testimony is powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah. Wait to interview him.
So you need to interview him one day. He's amazing.
Now, how did you meet? Now, you're saying 2 years ago, but when Trump was president, you did some stuff for him, right?
So that's what happened. So I'm with Jeff, and I'm helping him in his campaign. And so here comes Donald Trump, 2016, and announces he's going to run. And I'm over here with Jeff. And then, I'm a very spiritual person. I pray a lot. And I was like, God just tugged on me, and he says, you're going to go help Donald Trump. And I'm like, are you crazy? I'm thinking, Lord, are you crazy? Nobody even likes the man. He's like, nobody's taking him serious. But we loved him. And my husband loved him. My husband goes, he's going to win. I said, how do you know that? He goes, he's going to win. And I'm like, well, then let's get on board. So I started advocating like a crazy person. Was one of the co-founders, the original co-founders of Latinos for Trump in 2016.
No kidding.
So all through advocacy. No pay.
Is that a national program?
No, we formed it.
You formed it?
Yeah, I formed it. I formed between the East Coast, the West Coast. I connected all the Latinos, and we were like moving. We were like, I flew to Florida to go march with the Cubans to learn how to do it, to come back to Texas and started here in Texas. Man, the Cubans.
Anything you want to learn, just come to us.
Oh, goodness gracious. Thank goodness my other Cuban friend isn't here because you guys will be speaking very loud right now. Somos cubanos. But literally, no, really, that's who taught me how to like really become an activist and an advocate, right? I mean, they were like, it was insane how they were in Miami, right? And so we started we kind of mirrored what they were doing, and we were doing it all over. And the news, I had to change my name because back in 2016, it was not very, you couldn't support Trump. You couldn't support, they came at you viciously.
Yeah.
So I changed my name. I took my middle name and my stepdad's name. So my name was Rene Garza. I didn't go by Bianca Gracia or Bianca Garcia or nothing. Because
for your safety.
For my safety, yeah. So I was Rene Garza. So in the Houston Chronicle, all these people that would come and be like, you support Trump? Like what? My name is Rene Garza, So nobody even went to go fact check that one at that time. But I was literally, because my kids, and they were so small, and my husband was in law enforcement, and he didn't want any anything. So, and he was undercover, so it was even worse. He's always done undercover. So as an undercover person, you don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you just don't put their stuff.
Was that your first real big political thing?
Oh, absolutely. I was.
That was Hispanics for Trump.
No, Latinos for Trump.
Latinos for Trump. Mm-hmm. That's still around?
Mm-hmm. So Trump wins. A week later, I get a call. And I'd been everywhere. They were telling me to go speak everywhere. None of this is paid. It's all volunteer. All volunteer. I'm just a little housewife.
How are you getting your money? Just like a pack?
No, nothing. My husband, just from working hard. Yeah, I had no job. Connecting people. My kids, I started to homeschool my kids. Okay, so my kids were homeschooled. After elementary, after the whole PTO thing, we go into homeschooling. So my no job. This is all volunteer. So a week after he wins, I get a phone call, and it's one of the Republican women. She's like, sweetheart, something about, I don't know. I bawled my eyes the night before because I said, God, I've done everything you asked me to. I've helped Jeff. I went and helped Trump against, and he's won. And what am I going to do with my life now? Because it turned upside down, from being an advocate out on the ground, literally going on the street corners, waving flags, just trying to get out the vote, educating Hispanics, just everywhere, going into places where no one else will go, right? So here I get a phone call, and she says, they need your resume or whatever or something. And or I can't remember. She says, can I give them your phone number? So I said, yeah. I'm thinking the next day when I get the call, after asking the Lord, what's next? So I get this call. I'm shopping, my little mom mode. I'm shopping at the grocery at HEB. I'm at HEB, shopping. My phone rings. Hello. They're like, this is so-and-so from the Republican Party of Texas. And I'm like, oh, God. They're probably asking for money, right? And they're like, oh, well, so you were recommended or referred, and, we just try to get your resume. And I'm like, my resume? I haven't worked in 10 years. Because I was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
I haven't worked in 10 years. They're like, oh, so you don't want a job? I was like, whoa, wait a minute, job? What are you talking about? Trump promised jobs when he first ran.
Yeah.
I hadn't worked in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I was like, job? That got my attention. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm sure, hold on, what job? So they said, well, the Republican woman recommended you. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was a speaking engagement, that you were going to call me to go speak somewhere. Yeah. And they said, no. So I said, well, I will whip up something for you. And I'm currently helping my mayor right now. Oh, well, the candidate for mayor. So I go to my future mayor, right? And I told Jeff, and I said, they've called me from the Republican Party, and I gave him your name because I've not worked. And he was like, you can't leave me by my... he was now in full-blown, candidacy now in a campaign, seeking to get elected in May for the first time. Right. He's like, you're just going to, leave me here? And I'm like, but the Lord said I have to go help Trump.
Yeah.
And here I am. And he's like, you know what? I want the best for you. He said, and if this is what it is, then so be it. I will lose you. And I was like, okay. So they call him, and a week later, they hire me to be the Hispanic engagement director. It's the first Latina, Hispanic, for the Republican Party of Texas, the first Hispanic female ever employed by the Republican Party of Texas.
Wow.
So they hand me the state of Texas. And I am like, I haven't worked in 10 years, and here the Lord just hands me the state of Texas. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what to do? And it was all God.
And from that,
it was all God.
And from that, what's the next position?
In 2018, so I'm telling all these leaders across the country, I was like, nobody takes us serious.
Yeah.
We're not like the suit and ties. We're activists on the ground, whipping boats. I'm a stay-at-home mom, not as an executive, right? And you see all these executives with Trump, all these Hispanics, and they're like, oh, yeah, we got the Hispanic vote. Because everybody thought he was only going to get 11, 13%. I said, no, he's going to get 30%. And people laughed at us. CNN laughed at us. They riddled us. He got 30% of the vote in 2016.
What's he going to get now?
So my goal from 2016 to this point, I have been working on 70%. I want 70% of the vote.
I will tell you, Latinos voted for him before. Latinos, I voted for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And more than ever before, do I hear Latinos voted for him.
We are on fire everywhere. I mean, listen, I told the Republican Party back in 2017.
And really, not to hijack your story. And really, like you hear all these, the left or the Democrats or whatever name you want to put on them, talking about, well, how can Latinos support Trump? Because Latinos believe in the same things. Latino are people that believe in hard work. Latinos believe in law and order. Latino want to be protected.
Yes.
Latinos are usually, Christians or
pro-life.
Catholics. They're pro-life.
We love our family and our children.
They love family. They love country.
Yes.
Right? They love freedom. They usually come from a country that the freedom was taken away from
them. Yes.
They really are more in line with the Republican Trump conservative movement.
Yes.
Than they are with the other.
With anyway. Yeah.
Right? And however you want to slice it on every subject.
On every subject. Everything. Yeah.
Now, some of them don't realize it.
Yeah. No, it was really.
That they're so
no
close
one's ever talked to them. Yeah.
Right?
No one's gone to talk to them to tell them. No one's knocked on their door to have that conversation. So we, as generations of people, have just been pulling the lever for what we thought.
Yeah, my mom. I was a JFK Democrat. That's what we did.
For generations, we've been doing it. But in 2018, working for the party in 2018, I was telling the leaders, I would get so mad at the TV because you'd see these business people, and no offense on business people, but I'm like, they didn't do the work.
I'm out of here.
Listen, I was like, they didn't do the work. I don't remember that guy in the street corner with us. I don't remember that guy over here. I don't remember that girl over here. So it was kind of like a punch in the gut when you do all this work and no recognition. None. Zero. Now, I'm still at the party, so, I got a job, right? Yeah. So, but it's not like a true recognition to all the people with sweat and tears that we went through, right? So you go, oh, no. So I told everybody, I was like, listen, in order for us to be really relevant, we have to become official. So I went to the state of Texas and filed a nonprofit organization, Latinos for Trump. And we started a PAC.
Latinos for Trump.
And we started a PAC. A year later, only to come to find out that the FEC calls us and says, you can't really have a PAC. I said, well, you should let me start it. Now, we weren't really raising money at the time, right? We didn't have those contacts and relationships with people yet. But they were like, no, you can't have it because when there's a sitting president, you can't have his name on a PAC. And so we learned that. So we changed it. We were Latinos for the President. But I had a nonprofit through the state of Texas, Latinos for Trump. So we did all of our education through the nonprofit. And then the PAC was just to help candidates when the time came. And that's what we've done. So in 2020, we go from Latinos for the President, because now it's Biden, so we ain't gonna be Latinos for the President. We had to be Latinos for America First. So now I changed the org. Now we're Latinos. Now Latinos for Trump is still there.
But Latinos for Trump and working for the Republican Party, did you ever do anything for Trump? Did I read that in your bio?
Well, it was part of the working for the Republican Party in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, it was working for the Republican. Actually, no, you're right. So my first real political job was the Republican Party of Texas. Then 2017 to mid-2018. So 2.5 years.
Okay.
Working at the Republican Party of Texas was my first actual political that I got paid for. So yeah, but then after that, it's just been nonprofit. It's mainly volunteer. It's all volunteer.
Yeah.
Specifically, most all volunteer, and even the PAC is all volunteer. So in 2016, we now switch over to Latinos for America First. Latinos for Trump is there in our back burner. I still have the little, organization, but we just kind of run things through Latinos for America First.
Yeah.
Fast forward to about 2022, I get picked up to become the strategic. Oh my God, what was my title? My title was strategic. I don't even know. They're like, this sounds good for you.
Yeah.
Strategic political strategist for the America Project, which was under Dr. Patrick Byrne, who was the CEO who overstocked and sold it, and General Michael Flynn. They were at the helm. And General Michael Flynn's brother was a CEO, and he ran it, so he was my direct boss, him and another guy, Carl. And they were my direct bosses. So I was like third, or however you want to say, in the whatever. So anyway, I was like, all that hard work for years, that job there was like amazing. I mean, I had the best benefits. My bosses were great. They said, we want you to go and take the model you did in Latinos for Trump in Texas, and we want you to go and we want you to take it nationally. And so that's what I did. They gave me 9 states, and I was planting seeds. I spent from 2022, I was planting seeds all over Arizona, Nevada. Went to Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania.
So if Trump wins, he owes it
Wisconsin,
directly to you.
Michigan. And not directly to me, but with the team that I built, the coalitions, the mother of coalitions, all the seeds I've been going back and watering, specifically starting with the faith community and working my way out.
And all Latino base, or now you've gone beyond the Latino base?
It's Latino base.
It's all Latino base.
One of the things that we've not ever gotten credit for is the flipping of the Rio Grande Valley. People came in, swooped in, and took all the credit. At that time, we were not with obviously, I didn't work with the Republican Party of Texas.
Yeah.
And all these other organizations that hadn't even stepped a foot. One Saturday, maybe they went for 2 hours, but they weren't down there doing all of the cafecitos with the mamases and and putting the pastors together and going and visiting the pastors over and over and getting the leaders and the elders from their church and training them and mentoring them and putting them out in the community so they could start, educating, block walking, phone banking, plugging them into candidates.
Is that what you're still currently doing?
Absolutely. We do a lot of different things, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, currently,
but you're part of the campaign.
Right now, the campaign, I'm part of the Trump 47 Finance Committee.
Okay.
So now it's like a whole other different story, raising money for the campaign.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my part in the campaign right now, is how, and in 2020, I did the same thing.
And when he wins, what happens to this? You become what?
It's my baby. I mean, Latinos for America First it's in my possession.
Yeah.
He put me on radio, and so I have my own morning hour, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Monday morning, and been on 6 years now with him. And he called into the radio when he went to Robstown. He went to Robstown, and my whole family, did you do this? But I'm like, I didn't. I swear to y'all, I didn't do it. They're like,
no, she's messing with us.
There's no way. Since when does Trump go to freaking Robstown, crying out loud? Yeah. He went to where I was born. So he calls in the station. While I was at the America Project, I was doing an interview with Joe Flynn. And he's interviewing me about, just Latinos and why they like the Trump movement, the MAGA movement. And I say, you know why people love Trump? Because he's a luchador. In the Latino community, we are raised with boxing, MMA, lucha libre, WWE, SmackDown, the whole thing. Los gusta los peleoneros. Trump is that guy who every day during his administration, it was like pound, right upper hook, left hook, right hook, punch here, knock down. But he's the guy that after you knock him out, he's going to get right back up. And he's going to come at you 10 times stronger than what he was coming at you before. And that's what attracts the Hispanic, the Latino.
Well,
so they told him that.
He's trying to listen. His schedule today. Mm-hmm. We've been pretty busy in our company, and I think I've gotten 4 or 5 hours sleep for the last 6 months, I think. And I give that. I see this guy when I wake up on TV. I see him when, like last night, he was speaking at that Catholic event, right? Mm-hmm. I wake up this morning early in the morning. He's on Fox and Fold.
He doesn't sleep.
I'm like, when does this guy?
You wonder when does he sleep? When does he sleep? And he is.
So listen, do you think he's gonna win? Honest.
Absolutely. I didn't feel it. Listen, I just did a national tour with General Michael Flynn for his movie Flynn Move. We went on the ground through the whole United States. I was the only female that traveled with 12 men, military grade men, and we were very concerned. This was April to the end of May. Very concerned. We didn't feel it. I was like, we're not going to win. There's nothing going on out here. There's no activation. And people were pretty demoralized. They didn't trust the elections. They didn't trust the Republican Party. They didn't trust the GOP. They didn't trust anybody. They're not watching the news. We went from town to town, city to city.
Disengaged.
47 states.
Yeah, disengaged.
Very disengaged. So we thought, we're in trouble. And now, I don't know, there was a shift in the atmosphere, thank you, Jesus. And now I'm like, oh, Lord, we're going to win, and we're going to win big.
I think we're going to win big.
We're going to win
I feel like I was like...
big.
It's going to be tight. It's tight. And, obviously, my circle in the business, people are very pro-Trump, very conservative. But I would always say, man, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But in the last 2 months, maybe, I think he's going to win. And I think he's going to win big. And I have Democrat friends that are in the party heaven.
Oh, yeah.
If I gave you names, you would know.
Yeah.
That text me and tell me he's going to get 300 or more electoral votes.
Oh, yeah. He is. I feel it. I feel it in my body. There's a shift. There's been a shift. And so it's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to
and I think it needs
really
to be big.
Really big.
I want it to be big. It would be great if he wins. Well, today
I want the Latinos to come in there.
Yeah.
We have never come in
I'm
before.
telling you, today I saw a poll that he's even winning on the popularity vote. Today, there was a poll that he's winning in the popularity vote. He's winning in the electoral vote.
Because he's our luchador.
Because he's our luchador.
He has not given up.
I just want that to happen, and I hope it does, to shut up the media.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they won't, but they're never going to shut
but
up.
I think so. I think if you get this high percentage of Latinos, high percentage of African American, high percentage of women, high percentage of men, high percentage of young people, wins the national vote and wins the electoral vote by a lot, listen, you got to shut up. There's a point we got to go. The mass have spoken, right? The media's have the big phone. They got that big microphone. But the mass said, it doesn't matter what you say. This is what we want.
We have too big to rate. Too big to rate.
And I kind of feel it's going that way.
I've even disagreed with some of the decision making with Trump, and I was vocal about it. I'm not going to agree with him on everything.
Sure.
Because I don't worship Trump. I love him.
I don't
worship him.
People say, oh my God, how can you leave for Trump? Because first, he's not my pastor.
That's right. That's right.
But my choices are Trump or Kamala. Kamala. I don't even know how to say the name. Kamala. Yeah, for Hispanics, it's Kamala.
Kamala.
And policy-wise, the love for America, the America first, the closest to believing like us as Christians is him.
It's him. You can slice it, dice it any which way. Yeah. Oh, but he said this, but he did that. I'm like, I'm not asking you to date him or marry him. I'm asking you to vote for him because he's the strongest leader that doesn't let anybody push us around. That sticks up for the country, that sticks up for our families, that sticks up for life. Literally. And we had the economy was booming.
Booming.
Well, I had more money in my pocket.
Booming.
And I didn't even work. But I still have more money. My husband had more money in the pocket. Listen, my husband was, he's a provider. So I'm like, hey, we were doing good. His 401k was doing good. No, I mean,
I don't even look at the 401k.
Those are like the table subjects in a household right now. Is the quality of life.
Yes.
See, people don't understand that. The Latinos, it's a quality of life. Si puedes comprar la leche and put eggs, milk on the table, you got toilet paper and toiletries, and you can clothe your children for school. If you can really, and put gas in your car to get to work, the basic quality of life, have clean water, basic quality of life. You don't got those basic quality of life right now. And leave me alone. And don't come after my guns.
Yeah.
Because, I like
my belief.
Or my belief. Yeah, that's right. Don't attack Israel.
Or my kids.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Or my kids. Yep. Don't come over here and, oh, no. Como que they're going to read to my children? No.
Yeah.
What do you mean that little Johnny can play? I mean, if I was sitting here trying to have my son, who's real big built in soccer, and being like, hey, you're not really doing very well with the Mexican kids over here playing soccer, so we're going to put you in the girls' league.
Yeah.
I mean,
crazy.
And the moms.
It's common sense.
Would come after me.
That's why I think it's going to be overwhelming, because I think there's still, I'm hoping and praying, there's still a lot of middle America, common sense people that go, it's just wrong. Right? It's wrong for
No, it's wrong.
To play in a girl's sport.
Las abuelitas y los abuelitos are saying that.
It's wrong for us to change the sex of a child.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I mean, even Bill Maher said, I'm glad that my parents are not as crazy as they are now, because I wanted to be a pirate. They would have cut my foot off and plucked out my eye, right? He goes, kids go through phases,
my gosh.
right?
Yeah.
This is insane what's happening.
Yeah.
What we're doing, we are mentally destroying kids.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know, 20 years from now,
Nobody
it is
talks
going
about
to be
the
crazy.
suicide rate of children
It-
because they don't even know what they are anymore.
Because you're telling them that they don't know what they are. They knew what they are. They were kids. You let kids be kids and grow up.
Let's get
And you don't let them grow up too fast. Now we're doing, I heard the other day from a reporter, and I forgot the school district, it was up in the Northeast.
And let them play
where they're-
outside in the mud for crying out loud.
where they were giving a test to kids saying, do you feel like a boy or a girl today? Really? That's what we're doing in school? That's the job that you are doing in school? No way. No way. No way, no way, no way. So I hope let's pray it's happened. All right, real quick to end this, the fun stuff.
Oh, there's fun stuff? That wasn't fun?
This was all fun.
Oh, my
Man,
God.
I want to
Fun.
know, in the Bianca Museum, when they put the Bianca Museum in Robstown,
Oh, my God.
right? What is the car she wants in there?
The car?
The car. What is your dream car?
Gosh.
When you see cars out there in the road, you go, I want that car.
Well, my brother works for Nissan, so we all drive Nissans.
No,
so
that's not
that
your
can't
dream-
be
that's
that
not
can't
your
be my dream car. No. Oh my God.
That's your real
I don't
car.
even know what my dream car is.
Lamborghini, Ferrari,
Really?
Rolls Royce.
I'm not a flashy person though. I think if I had a dream
If you
car,
were a flashy
okay,
car in
if
a
I
movie.
if I was in the movie, I think I would drive one of those black Maseratis, but the SUV type. I'm an SUV person.
Okay, all right, good, very good. Of all the places you've traveled, where's that you like the most? What place did you like the most?
Well, the only place I've left outside of the country is Hawaii and Colombia, and I wasn't very fond of Colombia. Almost got sequestered, I think. There, they were probably looking like.
So
she's a
Hawaii's your
Trump
favorite place?
No, I would say, in all fairness, because I traveled through the United States. The United States is so beautiful. If you've never traveled, if people haven't traveled the United States by car, not by plane, but by car,
I agree.
the most amazing United States. West Virginia was probably one of my favorites, and everybody's like West Virginia because of the hills and
I've
the
been to it.
greenery. It's beautiful, breathtaking. The second
Places
would
in
be
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. It's literally the picture things that you see and at a Hobby Lobby.
Right.
Well, that doesn't exist. That's just a painting.
Yeah.
They exist
Yeah.
out in the hills of Washington State.
Yeah.
Oh
Connecticut.
my God.
Connecticut.
Beautiful. I didn't get to Connecticut,
Connecticut.
but Washington
That's
State.
when I went to Yale.
Beautiful. You went to Yale? You went
No.
to Yale? You went to Yale too? No. And then, of course, the Yellowstone area, that upper Idaho. I'm sorry. Is it? Yeah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana. That little region there, breathtaking. Breathtaking. I could have. I could settle
agree.
there.
There's so many things
I
in the
could
US that are beautiful.
settle there.
Yeah.
West Virginia is kind of those places that there's so much trees. It's like if you don't want to be found, that's why it's Bigfoot, right? I figured I was like, oh, this is why they say it's Bigfoot. Because if you don't want to be found, you literally can go in somewhere, have a cabin, and nobody even
And
knows
nobody
you're
will
there.
find you. Yeah,
They'll never
for sure.
find you. They don't even know you're there.
All right. Of all the places you haven't been to, what's on your bucket list? Like a place
Oh, I
that you
have.
wanna go
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've already got that planned out
What
for
is it?
next year.
What is it?
I want to go from Greece to Italy to Spain.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, no. Well, first, I must go to Israel. I want to go to Jerusalem.
Yeah. Been in, you said Israel, Greece, Spain, and Italy. All those places, thank God I've been to. Beautiful. You're going to love it.
Oh.
My favorite place is Venice.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah. I think Israel for a Christian
Right.
is always going to be.
But we
Israel
have
has
to
a
go.
special
Yeah,
place,
it's a special place.
right? But
But to just go and have.
Venice,
Yes.
is just Venice. You can go to a restaurant with three tables, sit down. The owner comes out, gives you some wine, brings you whatever he made for the day. It could be spaghetti, and it is just unbelievably delicious.
Oh my God.
You know? Okay, what's your favorite food?
Well, I love Italian.
Italian food?
Italian food.
Not Mexican food?
No, I love Italian.
Ah, well, mine isn't Cuban. Mine is Tex-Mex.
Oh, is it? No, Tex-Mex is awesome. But when you grow up with it, you're just like, I love Italian food. That's why I always should think I was Italian. I used to think I was Italian. I didn't see Italian anywhere in my in my sisters or my nieces' makeup. But there was no Italian.
So, end it with this. You're giving your speech, your pitch somebody today is undecided, what would you say? Here's why you need to vote for Trump. What would you say?
So here's where the numbers that concern me right now is that Trump is doing overwhelmingly well. What concerns me is the women vote. It's the women. And I had a message for the women about a week ago. I put it out on my TikTok and I put it out on my Twitter. My message was, and especially because I work with a lot of faith leaders. So it dawned on me. I said, why is it that, okay, he doesn't do well with women and then he's not doing well with Hispanic women even more so. But the Hispanic man, he's doing extremely well with. What is it about the Hispanic women? And then it dawned on me, Trump is the man that our dads probably told us to never date or marry because he was machismo, obnoxious, stuck on himself, rich, blah, 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 whatever, right? He's that guy that your dad probably said, stay away from that guy, And I said, that's maybe what is getting in Hispanic women's heads. He's just too much. And so I thought, wait a minute, this is a very good message to the women. That's why I said earlier, I'm not asking you to date him or marry him. I'm not even asking you for him to be the father of your children. What I'm asking you to do is to vote for a strong leader to lead this country back to being great again, back to working better again, back to being healthy again, back to prospering again, securing our border, restoring law and order. I mean, I can go on and on. But for the future of my kids, your kids, our future grandchildren, we need a strong, bold leader that's not going to let the other nations across the world bully us. Yeah. He's going to stand up for us, where he's going to say, hey, wait a minute, we're giving all this money to everybody else, but yet we have veterans who are dying every day. We have children who still don't have electricity. We have children who are at school that still their parents can't buy a pair of shoes for them to go to school. We have the worst education here in the United States of America. Why are we not putting our money into our country first before we help everybody else? That's what my message is, especially to the Hispanic females that say, oh, I can't stand him. Oh, he's a womanizer. Oh, he's this, he's that. I don't care about what he did 20 years ago. Doesn't matter. I need a good leader in office. Absolutely. To lead this country. That's what I should vote for the strong leadership. This is not the guy. You're not. I think women are stuck on, the Stormy Daniels, the convicted felon, all these things that they've done to him that have negatively put him out there.
Yeah, that he's yet come out of it.
He's yet, there's no. I'm like, come on.
Like, if I was him, I would be like, okay, now I'm out, man. I'm tired.
No, I mean, any of us would have been out. I mean, I've been attacked. Yeah. Tremendously attacked.
Yeah.
And it's like unbelievable. Yeah. The level of attack and the lies that'll be told about you.
Yeah.
Lies.
So your message is vote for leadership.
Vote for leadership.
Vote for
I like that. Prosperity, for our liberties, for our
that's going to make all of our lives better in the future.
Right. Yes.
That's right, 100%. I hope Butch is listening because he's a Kamala fan. So we're going to try to convince him to.
Oh, Butch. We need to trade places over here. Come share this fabulous pistachio here. Yes. So,
Bianca, man, it has been great.
It has been great. Listen, I was going to grab coffee. Now I'm going to grab
I ran out of coffee, so I had to go for the water.
Gosh.
But listen, it's been great. We're going to do this again.
Amazing.
We had a great show.
So very much.
Thank you.
I know. We could talk. I could talk. I'm a Latino. You're a Latino. Listen, we could talk forever.
Thank you for listening to Wheels, Deals, and Meals, your main source for all things good and fun, business, food, and cars. If you like this episode, make sure to rate us and subscribe. If you would like to be a guest on our show, please leave a message at the link below. Till next time, happy eating.